Greedy Australia fuels China's hypersonic threat. For those in a hurry, here's a 80-word summary of the topic. Australia boosting China's nuclear and hypersonic missile program. Australia's export of zirconium, a critical mineral used in nuclear reactors and missile systems, is quietly empowering China's growing military aggression. This rare metal, vital for high heat resistance, has become a silent weapon in Beijing's race to dominate global warfare technology. While the world condemns China's bullying tactics in the South China Sea and its expansionist ambitions, Australian zirconium keeps flowing into its supply chain. Every shipment strengthens China's capacity to build deadlier hypersonic and nuclear weapons. Now the complete version of the topic. Australia's role in China's deadly missile ambitions. A quiet yet alarming connection is emerging between Australia and China's rapidly expanding weapons program. At the heart of it lies zirconium, a seemingly ordinary mineral that plays an extraordinary role in building nuclear reactors and hypersonic missiles. While much of the world sees China as a growing danger bullying neighbors, expanding military bases, and threatening global peace, few realize that the fuel behind some of Beijing's most advanced technologies may come from Australian soil. The key mineral that makes missiles fly. Zirconium is not just another industrial resource. It is a strategic metal, highly resistant to heat and corrosion, and capable of withstanding extreme conditions found inside nuclear reactors and missile engines. China's hypersonic missile program, known for its Mach 5+ weapons that travel faster than sound and evade radar, relies heavily on materials like zirconium to survive atmospheric re-entry temperatures. It's the kind of metal that turns a theoretical weapon into a terrifying reality. Yet much of the world's zirconium supply originates from Australia, which exports tons of zircon and related materials to international markets, China included. China's brutal ambition, power through fear. China's leadership has made no secret of its military goals. Under Xi Jinping, Beijing is determined to achieve global dominance, both economically and militarily. It builds artificial islands in disputed waters, threatens Taiwan, and intimidates smaller nations through sheer force. The Chinese Communist Party's strategy is simple: control through fear. Every missile launch, every show of military might, is a calculated act to remind the world that resistance comes with consequences. The brutality doesn't stop at borders. Inside China, dissenters are silenced, minorities are persecuted, and the state's surveillance machine keeps millions under constant watch. Yet, as this authoritarian regime expands its reach, nations like Australia unknowingly contribute to its power by supplying vital minerals. A dangerous partnership in disguise. Australia, a democratic country and a close ally of the United States, has long spoken out against China's human rights abuses and regional aggression. But when it comes to trade, reality tells a different story. China remains Australia's largest trading partner, buying billions of dollars worth of minerals, coal, and metals each year. Zirconium is just one of many exports that feed Beijing's industrial and potentially military machine. Although Australian exporters may not directly intend to support China's weapons production, the lack of strict export controls or end-use tracking allows dual-use materials like zirconium to slip into military supply chains. The hypersonic threat, a new era of warfare. China's hypersonic missile program represents one of the most chilling developments in modern military technology. These weapons travel at 5 times the speed of sound, making them nearly impossible to intercept. In 2021, a Chinese hypersonic missile orbited the Earth before descending toward its target, a clear demonstration that Beijing had outpaced Western powers in this new field. Experts believe zirconium-based alloys play a critical role in building the missile's heat shields, casings, and propulsion systems, which must endure temperatures exceeding 3,000 degrees Celsius. The same mineral used in nuclear reactor fuel rods can therefore help create weapons capable of devastating entire cities within minutes. A quick request: if you found this podcast interesting so far, I'd appreciate it if you'd give it a like. You'd also be doing us a huge favor if you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you. Australia's strategic blind spot. Australia's government has increasingly recognized the threat posed by China, banning Huawei, restricting land purchases, and joining defense initiatives like AUKUS with the United States and the UK. Yet the export of critical minerals remains poorly monitored. While Canberra focuses on defense spending and alliances, its own natural resources are helping Beijing close the technological gap in missile development. Conclusion: a wake-up call for the free world. The story of zirconium isn't just about trade, it's about complacency. It exposes how democratic nations, through negligence or greed, empower authoritarian powers. China's rise as a nuclear and hypersonic superpower is not solely the product of its innovation, it's the result of global cooperation, often unwilling and unknowing. Australia must now decide whether it wants to remain a silent supplier in Beijing's march toward dominance, or take a firm stand in defense of freedom and peace. Sources: Australian Department of Industry, Science and Resources, Annual Reports on Zircon and Critical Mineral Exports, 2023 to 2024. U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, Mineral Commodity Summaries, Zirconium and Hafnium, 2024 edition. Australian Strategic Policy Institute, ASPI, Critical Minerals and National Security, Australia's Export Risks, 2024. Reuters/The Guardian, coverage of China's hypersonic missile testing and material dependency, 2021 to 2024. The Diplomat, China's hypersonic weapons, technology, strategy, and global risk, 2023. Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, reports on China's military-industrial expansion and supply chain vulnerabilities. International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, technical notes on zirconium use in nuclear reactors.